Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best cards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM here on this tier list. We got 40 of the best cards in MyTEAM right here to rank in today's video. If there's any players that I don't include on this list, feel free to leave a comment and let me know about those, and I can tell y'all where I would put those cards on this list as well. But before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 10,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Gonna try to go pretty quickly because 40 cards is a lot, and I don't want this to be a 30-minute long video, so gonna try to go pretty quickly through each card. But starting off with AK, elite 3 and D guy, like really good. I think that's the most important thing for a small forward to have as well. He's got great size, he's a very good shooter, and he's an absolutely elite defender. Also has half click for step and clamp breaker. Very good card. I'm going B tier for AK. Gonna go S for Ben. I think S tier is gonna be my top 8 to 10 players in the game. I do think Ben Simmons makes that top 8 to 10. He's an elite level card. Really good all the way around. Definitely an S tier PG in my opinion. He's not the best shooter in the world, but he's the best defensive point guard in the game. 6'11", elite slasher, pretty decent sigs, and he can hit an open three. He's an absolute monster. Bob Nedelik is going to go B tier for me as well. I think he's pretty solid. Great release, very solid card, just a tiny bit undersized at only 6'9", but he has good defensive badges as well, and decent movement. Missing a couple playmaking badges, but still an elite card and a B tier guy for me. Carmelo's going to go B as well, I think. I think that's really fair for him. He's a top 5-ish shooting guard in the game. Very solid card. Really good release, which is the best part about the card, to be completely honest. I mean, he's a very good all-around card. Good sigs, great size, the 2 at 6'8". A lot to like about the card, and I think B tier is fair. Jetty Osman's going to go C tier for me. Good release, good sigs, good defense, great dunk animations, has every single key badge in the game on at least gold. Very good all-around card. Definitely thinks he deserves a decent spot on the list as well. And Chet Holmgren, I'm going to put in the same tier as Bob Nedelik. I think they're about the same in terms of where I would rank those cards. Both have, I mean, Bob has the release advantage. Chet has the size advantage. They're both very good defenders. Chet has really good sigs as well. Just don't love his release, which is the only reason he's really not higher, because if he had a release like Bob's, he'd probably be an S tier guy, but his release is not all that elite. The center position is kind of weak. I'm going to be completely honest. The center position is one of the weaker positions in my team. D-Rob, who might be the second or third best center in the game, I'm only going to put in the B tier. I don't think that position is just that great, so we're going to throw him B tier. Good release, good size, or great size, really good rebounder, great interior player on both ends of the court, really good card. I don't know. We have a lot of B tier players so far, something to keep in mind, but DeMar's going to go C tier for me. Good release, good sigs, good dunker, good shooter, good all-around card. He doesn't have limitless range, though. He's not an elite level, like top tier shooting guard, but he definitely is a very good card, and he goes C for me. I think Dirk goes S. I really do. He's an absolutely elite level card. He's on that borderline of S to A, to be completely honest, but he still is a great top-tier card, and I do think you can argue that he's an S-tier guy because he's 7'1". He's got a great release, good sigs, really good badges, can get every badge upgraded. A lot to like about Dirk. Donovan Mitchell's going D tier because he's 6'1". Still good for a short PG, but he doesn't have next-level elite sigs or a next-level elite release. So for me, just don't think I can quite put him higher than D. Gonna put Giannis S as well. Definitely think he's a top tier card. His release on quick is definitely improved. He's one of the best defensive cards and slashing cards in the game. Has an elite player build. Amazing at both small forward and power forward. Definitely a top tier card. Ja Morant, same thing, going D because he's only 6'3". His release is good. His sigs are okay. They're not great. I wish he had slightly better sigs. I do like Ja. I think he's a very good card. I just don't think because of his size he can go higher than D for me personally. Jaren is gonna go C for me. Elite defensive power forward. Some of the best defensive tendencies in the game, a great player build. Offensively, he's mainly a catch and shoot guy, doesn't really do much in terms of playmaking, which is why he's down in C, but I do think he's a very solid card. Jaylen Brown's going to go C as well. I'd put him on the same level as Jetty Osman and DeMar DeRozan. Not the greatest release, solid sigs. His release is pretty good. He's a great defender. He's a really good 3 and D card. He's not really a primary ball handler or anything, but I do think he's very solid. Tatum also going to go C. Release is really good. Sigs are all right. Really good defender. Good size at small forward, but nothing too crazy. Definitely think he's very solid, though. I'm going to put E in the A tier, our first A tier card of the video. Very good release, or very solid release. Good sigs. 7 foot at power forward. He's a good defender. Can get every badge upgraded. Just don't quite think he's in that S tier level, but I do think he's a very good card as well. Embiid is going to go C as well. I think that's fair for Embiid. I don't love his release, but on quick, it is better. He does have good size, a good player build, is a very good defender. Really solid all-around card for sure is Joel Embiid. And Drew Holiday, I'm going to throw Drew actually in the B tier. Y'all are going to say I'm a little high on him, but his defense is so good. First card we're going to pull up on 2KDB because I'm super high on this card. Number 1, he's 6'5", so he's got much better size than he used to. The only key badges he's missing is Limitless Takeoff and Agent 3. He's an incredible defensive card, a capable dunker, really good shooter who's also fast, has good sigs, a good release, normal leaner. I really think Drew Holiday is one of the most underrated PGs in the game, a budget beast, and I mean, B might be a little high, but I don't know. I think it's fair for him. We have too many shooting guards in in C tier. So I'm going to move DeMar down to the D tier. No, I'm actually going to move Jaylen Brown to the D tier because I like DeMar's release better than Jaylen's. So we're going to put Jaylen in the D tier because I think we got too many shooting guards in the C tier, but I think that's perfect for Julius Erving as well. He's not as good as he used to be because his release is still on normal. It's not as elite as it once was, but he's definitely still a very good card. At the shooting guard position, elite slasher, great Hall of Fame badges. Very good card. I'm actually putting Kareem D tier. He's been one of the best centers in the game, one of the best cards in the game for a long time, over 3.5 months at this point, but I don't know, man. I think this is the fairest spot for Kareem because his release and only the 63 ball, it hurts the card significantly. And I don't know. I think D tier is fair for him. I'm also going to go D tier for Karl Malone simply because his release isn't next level great. I would take Jaren Jackson Jr. over him. He's a good playmaker, which is nice, but he's only 6'9". He's got a wide player build, but not a super tall player build. Very good card still. Every card in this list is good, so keep that in mind. He's probably even the best guy in D tier so far, but I think that's a fair spot for him. And then KD. I don't know about KD. Is he C? Is he D? I've never been high on KD cards this year. This one is slightly better because of the fact that he does have his release on quick, and he is a very solid defensive card as well, which is good. Hoff-Anchor and Clamps are probably the two best defensive badges in the game. He's got those. He's super fast, a great shooter, decent SIGs, MJ dribble style, Kate Lillard behind the back. He's got quick drops as well. No, I'm gassing. I'm definitely gassing. He's easily C. With his upgrades in terms of his release on quick, better SIGs, and better dunk animations, I'm actually going to put him in B because I didn't even know he had the better dunk animations. KD's a beast. We're going to go B tier for him. S tier for KG as well. One of the best couple cards in the game. The best power forward in my team, in my opinion. Great release, great SIGs, elite defender, elite size. Everything that you could like about a card, KG has. Going to put Clay on the exact same level as Jaylen Brown, just not an elite release. That's really his main problem. He's not an incredible slasher either, so I think D is fair for Clay. Going to throw LeBron up in the S tier as well. Of course, LeBron, even though his release is not quite as good as I think people were expecting, it's still very good. He's got 30 Hall of Fame badges. Is the best slasher maybe in the game, period, or at least right up at the top. So also an incredible defender, very good SIGs. He's an incredible all-around card. Gonna throw Luka in the C tier. He is a 6'7" point guard. His release is now on very quick, and he does have the MJ dribble style, so he's got some upgrades to the card from his pink diamond. Stats and badges are also much better, but I don't love his release, even on very quick. Was really hoping to see Luka get his release changed, and that did not happen. So I guess we're gonna have to wait for his dark matter for that to happen, but we're gonna throw Luka in the C tier for now. We're gonna throw Magic up in the S tier, right next to Ben, the two best PGs in the game. Speaking of point guards, I am realizing that I did forget to include James Harden on this list, so I do apologize about that. Just keep that in mind. He would be an A tier PG or an A tier card on this list, in my opinion, the third best point guard in my team. So keep that in mind. I do apologize for forgetting him and leaving him off this list. I'm sure I'll get comments from people who don't watch this part of the video asking where Harden is, but for those of y'all who are watching, he's an A tier guy for me. Oluwakonde, also an A tier guy for me. I think he's a little bit better than D-Rob. He's got a better player build. I think he's slightly better on the interior as a rebounder and things. Definitely better SIGs and a better release. Only a 73 ball with a shoe and a coach and a couple gold shooting badges added. He is totally fine and can shoot the three at a super high level. We're going to throw Yao in the S tier as well. I'm actually going to move Dirk down to A tier, so keep that in mind. But Yao is absolutely incredible. He's the best card in the game. He's 7'6", can shoot, can move, can dribble. I mean, he's fast. Like, he is disgusting. This card is legitimately like on the level of that Taco Fall Galactic 99 overall that we got last year in like May, and we got this card in January. He is so OP, really has no counter, one of the best cards in the game. I'm actually going to throw Jokic in S tier as well. I really think he is that good. This Jokic card is one of the best cards in my team. He has very, very good movement, a great release, really, really good size at power forward. Not quite the same at center, but I think he's maybe the second best power forward in the game after KG right now. I would actually take him over Dirk just slightly, and I think he's an incredible card. Pau Gasol is going to go high D, B, C tier for Pau. I think is fair. He's got a not incredible release, but he actually has semi-decent movement, very good defender, very good size at power forward at 7 foot tall, can play center capably as well. Really good card, just not quite a little bit higher than C for me. So Ray Allen's going to go A tier as well. I think he's, in my opinion, the third best shooting guard in the game. You could argue him as good as first, but for me, I think third is the fairest spot for the card right now. So we're going to throw him in the A tier as well. Just a tiny bit undersized at 6'5" is his main issue, but he's got great SIGs, a great release, great animations, and great dunk animations as well. Just wish he was a slightly bigger card because it hurts him defensively just a bit. Speaking of S tier shooting guards, Scottie Pippen is going in the S tier for me. I love his release. He's 6'8". He's one of the best defensive cards in the game, and he's an elite slasher. He is a elite tier card, and I love Scottie Pippen, so definitely S tier for me. Another A tier guy is going to be SGA. I think he's probably around the fourth best point guard in my team right now. Really, really good card. Very good release, moves well, good size, capable defender, really, really good card card at the PG position, and I think he's very good all the way around. Steph's going to go D tier for me as well. Just a short PG who doesn't have unbelievable SIGs, even though some people love the Curry slide. It's just not as good as it used to be. I don't know, man. I really think the fairest spot for Steph is the D tier, plain and simple. That's just where we're going to put him in this list. Terry Dishinger is going to go in the... We have so many C tier shooting guards. I feel like I got to move one of these. I'm going to move Carmelo up to the B tier. And we're going to move, who's the best shooting guard in the C tier? It's Seti, Terry, Dr. J, DeMar. Who is the best of these four? I would actually take Jetty Osman, I think. So for me, because he's the most complete badge-wise, and I love his animations. So I'm going to put Terry in C. I think he's got an elite release. I think he's an elite all-around card with great SIGs and great defense, as well as a great player build. He's just missing handles for days and anchor. Those are the two of the most important badges in the game for any card, especially a ball handler. And the fact he doesn't have those, especially the handles for days badge, that really hurts. So we're going to put him in the C tier as well. I'm actually going to throw Tim Duncan right next to Karl Malone in D tier. I just don't think his release is good enough, or his movement. He doesn't have a good release or good playmaking ability. So even though he's an incredible defender and an incredible rebounder and a very good interior player on both ends with amazing hoffs, I really think D is the fairest spot for him. Our last S tier player of the video is Vince Carter. Gonna throw him up there as well. He and Scotty are the two best shooting guards in the game. I might even lean towards Vince being the best in my personal opinion. Love his release, love his movement. He's an incredible slasher and a really, really good defensive card. Definitely an elite tier card in my team. And then we're gonna throw Levine down in D tier. The only reason I really included Levine, to be honest, is the fact that he is the level 40 card for this season, but he's just not that good. His release isn't incredible. His SIGs aren't incredible. He's kind of undersized, kind of like Ray Allen. He's just not that great of a card. And finally, Zion, who I'm going to slot in the B tier as well. Actually, I'm going to throw Zion up in the A tier. I think that's the fairest spot for him. He's really got good SIGs, a good release. O'Shea Brissett base is incredible, and even with the Zion upper, which isn't great, he's still an elite shooter. He's got upgraded badges. He moves really well. Definitely going to want to upgrade his stamina or bring him off the bench because he does get tired pretty easily with only a 90 stamina, but I really do think a lot of people are sleeping on this Zion card, and he's one of the best cards in my team. So, like I said, this is my opinion for the best cards in my team right now. Let me know what you think of my tier list down in the comment section down below. If there's anybody you think I rank too high or too low, or anybody that I left off the list, remember I would put Harden in A tier, but anybody else that I left off the list that you would like to see included on this list, feel free to leave a comment and I'll let you know where I would put those cards. But hopefully y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.